Welcome to my channel. Get comfortable and let's dive into today's stories. The Compass and the Trail. The morning Maya turned 16, her grandmother gave her an old brass compass that didn't point north. "It's broken," Maya said, turning it over in her hands. "Or," her grandmother smiled, "it points somewhere more interesting." That summer, Maya's parents announced they were taking a family adventure year. 12 months of road trips, new cities, and uncertainty. Maya's carefully planned sophomore year, her spot on the debate team, her weekend shifts at the bookstore. All of it gone. "This is the worst thing ever," Maya told her best friend Chloe over video chat from their first stop in Colorado. "At least you'll have stories," Chloe said. "I don't want stories. I want my life back." But Colorado had other ideas. On a trail outside Boulder, Maya met Ezra, a local kid who spent his afternoons photographing wildlife. He moved slowly, deliberately, waiting for the perfect shot of a marmot or a hawk. "Don't you get bored?" Maya asked, impatient to reach the summit. "I'm not trying to get somewhere," Ezra said. "I'm trying to see what's right here." The concept was foreign to Maya, who had spent years racing toward the next goal, the next achievement. But something about the way Ezra noticed things, the pattern of lichen on rocks, the way clouds caught on mountain peaks, made her pause. "Look," he said, pointing to her grandmother's compass. "It's moving." The needle spun slowly, settling toward the west where the sun was beginning its descent, painting the sky in colors she'd never taken time to notice before. By Montana, Maya had started keeping a journal, not of places but of people. There was Marcus in Missoula, who'd lost his college scholarship to injury and now taught adaptive skiing to kids with disabilities. "Turns out the thing I thought ruined my life led me exactly where I needed to be," he told her. In Portland, she met a street artist named Sage who created entire murals only to paint over them weeks later. "Everything's temporary," Sage said. "That's what makes it matter." Maya's younger brother, Kai, struggled more with the constant movement. In Seattle, he had a meltdown in a grocery store, crying that he just wanted his own room, his own friends, his own life. That night, Maya sat with him on the floor of their rental apartment. "I hate this too sometimes," she admitted. "Really?" Kai looked up, surprised. Maya was always so composed, so capable. "Really? I got so angry last week I threw my shoe at a wall." Kai laughed despite himself. "Did you hit it?" "Completely missed. Hit a lamp instead." Mom was not happy. They sat in silence, and Maya realized that sharing her own struggles made Kai's feel less isolating. They were in this together. The frustration, the homesickness, the unexpected moments of wonder. The broken compass led Maya to a climbing gym in Austin, where she discovered she loved the puzzle of finding routes up walls. It led her to a beach in California where she tried surfing and failed spectacularly, laughing so hard she forgot to be embarrassed. It led her to a library in New Mexico where she spent an entire rainy day reading poetry with a retired teacher named Mr. Chan, who told her about the 3 careers and 2 countries he'd lived in. "Life kept changing the plan," he said. "Eventually I realized I wasn't following a path. I was making one. Not everything was beautiful." In Phoenix, Maya's parents had a massive fight about money and whether this whole year was a mistake. Maya heard her mom crying through the hotel wall, and something about that sound, her strong, capable mother breaking down, made Maya realize that adults were just people figuring things out too. The next morning, her dad apologized to the whole family. "I got scared," he said. "I thought I was supposed to have all the answers." "Nobody has all the answers," Maya said, surprised by the steadiness in her own voice. That's kind of the point, isn't it? By the time they returned home, Maya had hiked mountains and wandered cities, made temporary friends and learned to say goodbye, discovered talents she didn't know she had and failed at things she thought would be easy. Chloe barely recognized her. "You're so different," she said. "Different good or different bad? Just different. Like you're more here." Maya understood. She was more present, more willing to not know what came next. The debate team welcomed her back, but she also joined the photography club. She kept working at the bookstore, but now she actually talked to the customers, collected their stories. She texted Ezra about the light hitting buildings a certain way. She helped Kai through his own rough transitions back to school. The compass still didn't point north. Instead, Maya kept it on her desk, a reminder that there were infinite directions to go, infinite ways to be. One evening, her grandmother visited and found Maya studying its spinning needle. "Figure out where it points yet?" her grandmother asked. Maya thought about all the people she'd met, the moments of joy and frustration, the times she'd been lost and the times she'd been exactly where she needed to be. "It points to whatever I'm paying attention to," Maya said, "to wherever I'm actually present." Her grandmother's smile was knowing. "Took me 40 years to learn that. So what do I do with the next 40? Live them," her grandmother said simply. "All the messy, beautiful, scary, surprising years. Keep meeting people. Keep trying things. Let yourself be angry when life doesn't go as planned. And let yourself be amazed when it goes better than you imagined. Find your people and hold them close. The compass doesn't show you where to go, it reminds you to notice where you are." That night, Maya wrote in her journal, "The trail doesn't end. It just keeps becoming. And maybe that's not the worst thing ever. Maybe that's the whole point." She didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but for the first time in her life, that felt like an adventure rather than a problem. The compass spun on her desk, catching the light, pointing everywhere and nowhere, which is to say, pointing exactly where it needed to. The map that changed colors. On her 13th birthday, Zara didn't expect much. Her family had just moved to a new city for her mom's job, leaving behind everything familiar. Her friends, her school, her favorite pizza place that knew her order by heart. "We have something special for you," her dad said that morning, handing her a rolled-up piece of canvas tied with string. Zara unrolled it carefully. It was a map, but not like any map she'd ever seen. The continents were there, the oceans, the countries, but everything was drawn in silver lines on white canvas. Completely colorless. "It's blank," Zara said, trying not to sound disappointed. "Look closer," her younger brother Matteo said, bouncing excitedly. As Zara held it up to the morning light, something incredible happened. A tiny spot in their new city began to glow with a soft blue color, spreading slowly like watercolor on wet paper. "Whoa," Zara whispered. "It was your great-grandmother's," her mom explained. "She used to say it colors itself based on your experiences. The places that matter to you, the memories you make. They add color to your map." Zara looked at the mostly blank canvas. Right now, only the tiniest blue dot marked where she was. Everything else, her whole life ahead, was silver and waiting. "What if I don't have any adventures?" Zara asked quietly. "What if nothing interesting ever happens to me?" Her great-grandmother had written something on the back of the map. Zara flipped it over and read, "You don't find adventures. You create them by showing up." The first week at her new school was brutal. Zara sat alone at lunch, got lost between classes, and called the wrong teacher Mom in front of everyone. She wanted to disappear. But on Friday, she noticed a girl sitting alone in the library, sketching in a notebook. The girl had purple streaks in her hair, and wore mismatched socks. One with planets, one with cats. Zara almost walked past. Making new friends felt scary, like jumping into cold water. But then she remembered the map at home, mostly blank, waiting for color. "What are you drawing?" Zara asked. The girl looked up, surprised. "A dragon, but it looks more like a weird chicken." Zara laughed. "I'd like to see a weird chicken dragon." The girl, whose name was Riley, showed her the sketch. They spent the next hour talking about art, video games, and how strange it felt to be the new kid. Riley had moved there last year. That night, when Zara unrolled her map, a small patch of purple had appeared near the blue, exactly where her new school would be. "It's working," Mateo said, peeking over her shoulder. "Yeah," Zara smiled. "It is." 2 months later, Riley convinced Zara to join the school's community service club. Their first project, volunteering at a nursing home. Zara felt nervous walking in. She'd never been good at talking to strangers, especially older people. What if she said something wrong? What if they didn't like her? She was paired with a woman named Mrs. Okoye, who sat in a wheelchair by the window, looking out at the garden. "You don't have to stay if you don't want to," Mrs. Okoye said kindly, sensing Zara's discomfort. "No, I want to," Zara said, though her voice shook a little. "I'm just not sure what to talk about." "Then let's not talk," Mrs. Okoye smiled. "Let's play cards." They played gin rummy. Zara was terrible at it, and Mrs. Okoye won every single hand, laughing warmly each time. "You're not even trying to let me win," Zara said. "Life doesn't let you win," Mrs. Okoye replied. "Why should I? Besides, you'll appreciate it more when you actually beat me." Over the next few months, Zara visited every week. Mrs. Okoye told her stories about growing up in Nigeria, moving to America at 20 with 2 suitcases and big dreams, raising 4 kids, losing her husband, and learning to paint at 70. "I thought my life was over so many times," Mrs. Okoye said one day. "When I left my home, when my husband died, when I couldn't walk anymore. But every ending was actually a door opening to something new. I just had to be brave enough to walk through." When Zara got home that day, a warm orange glow had appeared on her map near the nursing home, and she'd finally won a hand of gin rummy. Everything was going well until it wasn't. In December, Zara's dad lost his job. Money got tight. Her parents argued late at night when they thought the kids were asleep. The stress in the house felt heavy, like a storm cloud that wouldn't leave. Then Mateo got sick, really sick. He was in the hospital for a week with pneumonia. Zara's mom practically lived at the hospital, and her dad was stressed about money and insurance and job applications. Zara felt helpless. She couldn't fix her dad's job. She couldn't make Mateo better. She couldn't make the fear go away. One night, she unrolled her map, expecting to see the colors fading. Instead, she saw something unexpected. Dark blue had appeared around their house. Deep and serious, but somehow beautiful, like the ocean at night. Riley came over with her mom, bringing food. Mrs. Okoye sent a card that made Zara cry, in a good way. Her teacher gave her extra time on assignments. Even kids she barely knew asked how Mateo was doing. The hard times show up too, Zara realized, looking at the dark blue. They're part of the map, part of the story. When Mateo came home, skinny but smiling, Zara hugged him so tight he complained he couldn't breathe. "I missed you," she said. "I missed pizza," he replied, and they both laughed. The dark blue on the map began to lighten, streaked with gold, like sunrise breaking through. By spring, things had stabilized. Dad found a new job. Not as fancy as the old one, but he said he actually liked it better. Mateo was healthy again, though more cautious than before. Zara had been writing in secret stories, poems, random thoughts. She'd never shown anyone except Riley, who thought they were amazing. "You should submit something to the school literary magazine," Riley suggested. "No way," Zara said immediately. "What if it's not good enough? What if people laugh? What if it's great?" Riley countered. "What if someone reads your words and feels less alone?" Zara thought about her map, about all the colors that had appeared when she'd been brave enough to try new things, even when she was scared. She submitted a poem about moving to a new place and feeling lost until you find the people who feel like home. 2 weeks later, she found out it would be published in the spring edition. When she told Mrs. Okoye during her visit, the older woman clapped her hands together. "This is how it starts," Mrs. Okoye said. "You think you're just writing a poem, but you're actually finding your voice. And once you find it, Zara, you get to use it to tell truths, to connect with people, to make the world a little less lonely." That night, a vibrant green spread across Zara's map, right where her school was, the color of new growth, of things beginning. Summer brought a surprise. Zara's mom's company offered her a position in their Seattle office. A big promotion, but it meant moving again. "No," Zara said, immediately when her parents sat them down. "No, we can't move. I finally have friends. I have Riley. I have Mrs. Okoye. I can't start over again." Her parents looked at each other. "We haven't decided yet," her dad said. "We wanted to talk to you both first." Mateo was quiet. He'd just made the soccer team and had a best friend for the first time. That night, Zara looked at her map. It was so much more colorful now than it had been a year ago. Purple from Riley, orange from Mrs. Okoye, green from finding her voice. Even the dark blue from the hard times seemed important now, adding depth to the picture. But it was still mostly blank. So much world left to color. Over the next few days, Zara thought hard. She talked to Riley, who cried but said they'd video chat every day. She talked to Mrs. Okoye, who held her hand. "Change is terrifying," Mrs. Okoye said. "But you know what I've learned? The people who matter stay in your life, even across distance. And you carry everything you've learned with you. Look at your map. Those colors don't disappear when you leave. They're part of you now." Zara realized something important. She wasn't the same scared girl who'd arrived a year ago. She'd learned how to make friends, how to be brave, how to show up even when things were hard, how to use her voice. Those lessons would go with her anywhere. "Okay," she told her parents, "let's go to Seattle. But I want to visit here sometimes." Her mom hugged her tight. "Always." The last day in the city was hard. Zara and Riley cried and promised to text every day, to visit, to stay best friends forever. "You better write about me in your stories," Riley said, trying to laugh through tears. "You'll be in all of them," Zara promised. Saying goodbye to Mrs. Okoye was even harder. "I don't want to leave you," Zara said, crying. "Oh, sweet girl," Mrs. Okoye said, wiping Zara's tears. "You're not leaving me. You're taking everything we shared together and carrying it forward. That's not an ending, that's how love grows. You'll meet new people, have new adventures, and all the while, our friendship stays right here." She tapped Zara's heart. "And on your map." Mrs. Okoye handed her a small package. "Open it when you get to Seattle." Seattle was rainy and green and completely overwhelming. Their new apartment was smaller. The school was bigger. Everything felt strange again. But this time, Zara knew what to do. She joined a writing club. She volunteered at a community center. She sat with a lonely-looking kid at lunch and asked about their book. She video chatted with Riley twice a week. She sent letters to Mrs. Okoye describing everything. Some days were hard. She missed her old life. She got frustrated. She cried, but she kept showing up. One night, 3 months after the move, Zara opened the package from Mrs. Okoye. Inside was a small watercolor painting of a map, bursting with every color imaginable. A note read, "This is what your life will look like if you keep being brave enough to color it. Every person you meet, every challenge you face, every moment you choose love over fear, they all add beauty. The blank spaces aren't failures, Zara. They're possibilities. Keep coloring your map. I'm so proud of you." Zara unrolled her actual map. Seattle was starting to glow with new colors. Teal from her writing group, silver from the girl who'd become her friend, yellow from the joy of finally nailing a story she'd been working on. But there was something else she noticed. The colors from her old city hadn't faded. The purple from Riley was still bright. The orange from Mrs. Okoye still glowed warm. The green from finding her voice had spread, connecting to the new green in Seattle. The map wasn't divided into old life and new life. It was all one life, all one story, with every color connected to every other color. Mateo knocked on her door. "Mom says dinner's ready. Also, I made the soccer team here too." "That's amazing," Zara said, hugging him. "Are you okay?" he asked, seeing the map spread out. Zara looked at all the colors, the bright ones and the dark ones, the expected ones and the surprising ones, the old ones and the new ones still forming. "Yeah," she said, and she meant it. "I am. Look at everything that's happened. Look at all the people we've met, all the things we've learned." "It's pretty cool," Mateo agreed. "There's still a lot of blank space though." "I know," Zara smiled, rolling up the map carefully. "That's the best part. That's where all the adventures we haven't had yet are waiting. That's where we get to keep being brave, keep trying new things, keep messing up and learning and growing." That night at dinner, her dad announced he'd joined a community garden. Her mom had signed up for a pottery class. Mateo talked excitedly about his new soccer coach. Everyone was trying. Everyone was being brave. Everyone was coloring their own maps. After dinner, Zara started writing a letter to Mrs. Okoye. She described the rain, the new friends, the fear that still showed up sometimes, and the courage she found to face it. She wrote, "You were right. The hard times and the good times both matter. The people we love stay with us. And every single day is a chance to add more color to our lives. I'm not afraid of the blank spaces anymore. I'm excited about them." She signed it, "Love always, Zara," and added, "P.S. I finally beat Riley at gin rummy. I learned from the best." 5 years later, Zara sat in her college dorm room, her map hanging on the wall. It was almost completely covered in colors now. Some bright, some muted, some dark, all of them meaningful. There was red from heartbreak, gold from winning a writing award, deep purple from the summer she'd spent back visiting Riley, brilliant orange from Mrs. Okoye's funeral last year, where Zara had read a poem and realized that grief and love were two sides of the same color. There was pink from her first published story, gray from the semester she'd failed chemistry and had to retake it, turquoise from spring break volunteering in Costa Rica, brown from working 3 part-time jobs to help pay tuition. Every color told a story. Every story had taught her something. Her roommate, Lynn, looked at the map. "Is there any blank space left?" Zara pointed to the oceans, to parts of continents she'd never visited, to small white spaces between the colors. "Always," she said. "That's what makes life exciting. You never know what color comes next. You just have to keep showing up, keep being brave, keep saying yes to adventures, even when they scare you, especially when they scare you. What about the hard times? Lynn asked. The dark colors? Zara thought about her dad losing his job, Mateo in the hospital, moving away from Riley, losing Mrs. Okoye. The dark colors are just as important as the bright ones, she said. Maybe more important. They're proof that we survived, that we grew, that we loved deeply enough for loss to matter. Without the dark blues and the grays, the bright colors wouldn't mean as much. She thought about what her great-grandmother had written all those years ago. You don't find adventures. You create them by showing up. And what Mrs. Okoye had taught her. Every ending is a door opening to something new. And what she'd learned herself. Life isn't about having a perfect map. It's about being brave enough to color it, one experience at a time, surrounded by people who love you and whom you love back. Zara's phone buzzed. It was Riley video calling from across the country, and Mateo texting photos of his college soccer game, and her mom sending a picture of the sunset from Seattle. All the colors, all the connections, all the love. Zara looked at her map one more time before answering the calls. There was still so much blank space left to fill, so many adventures waiting, so many people to meet, so many lessons to learn, so many moments, hard and beautiful and everything in between, that would add color to her life. She couldn't wait to see what happened next, because that was the whole point of the journey. Showing up, being brave, learning from every moment, loving the people who colored your world, and knowing that even the blank spaces were just possibilities waiting to become something beautiful. The map wasn't a destination. It was a reminder that life was happening, right now, in living color. And Zara was finally ready for all of it. Thank you for watching. If you want to hear more stories, please subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell icon.